Week in review, August 14th, 2023. Gonna go into comments and then I'll talk about a couple little things at the end of this. At Nate Woodford, and yo, Spiegel doesn't think you play a role in CrossFit. Maybe she's right, maybe I don't. At Lorenzo Gonzalez 6646. This is my first time volunteering at the games and it was fantastic to work with such awesome people and to see you back home. I can see CrossFit moving the Masters and Adaptive to its own individual event and the games being just the elites. I am predicting next year's games to be either Texas or Boston. A lot of information in there, a lot of thought-provoking concepts. Appreciate the comment. At Simba W11, just saw the announcement that you would be programming the main site for 2 weeks. Have you programmed regularly for the main site in the past? When was the last time you programmed for main site and for how long? I've never programmed for main site. I've programmed some of the workouts that have ended up on main site. Some of the hero workouts along with Greg. We've collaborated on some. Also, obviously a lot of the games and open workouts have ended up on main site. So I've programmed those, but never for any stretch of time. So this 2-week programming that I'm doing starting now today is the first time. And actually I programmed it a few weeks ago. So I programmed it a couple months ago, laid it out, and we're just debuting it now. Dammy Aguirre 331 or 3139 at Dammy Aguirre 3139. Hey Dave, really cool games this year. Sad to see what happened to Roman, but he was a fighter till the very last event. I have a few questions. Did Roman dubs give you any ideas? Single-legged double unders? No, a couple people have asked me that though. Have you ever considered a death by kind of WOD for the CrossFit Games? We did one last Wednesday, death by burpees. One of our friends managed to almost finish minute 24. She only did 23 burpees in minute 24, giving a total of 300 burpees. That's pretty impressive. And it would be amazing to watch one of these super athletes and see how far they can go. We've considered stuff like that before. It's never appeared. I think you'd have to really balance it I wouldn't want to see something that goes for 35, 40 minutes, but something that goes for 15, low teens, might be worth looking at. But what you described there, it'd be cool to see someone try that, not at the games, but a top level athlete just for fun to see how far they can go. A non-CrossFit related question. Have you ever considered learning Spanish? If so, I teach Spanish. This goes for anyone that reads this comment. I have studied Spanish. I actually studied Spanish in the military. I still want to learn Spanish. I need to, maybe I'll hit you up and you can help teach me. At Alaska, Last Frontier Homestead. Hi Dave, was it CrossFit decision or was it Roman's request to not show the Russian flag? If it was CrossFit, why are they getting into politics? It wasn't our decision. We gave them the option. Same thing we did during the opening ceremonies. We gave the Russian athletes the option to walk out with the Russian flag or to choose not to. And there was several Russian athletes, a handful of them, maybe half, decided to walk out with the Russian flag, and the other half, to include Roman, chose not to walk out with the Russian flag. So to answer your questions, we did not get into politics. We left the choice up to them, and Roman, on his own, chose not to use the Russian flag. And that's why this year we actually made that call. So we weren't forcing them to do anything. We were giving the athletes the choice to make the call themselves on if they wanted to bring the flag out or not. At M Mustang 94, really enjoyed the games this year. Any reason there was no swim events? Mixing it up. I think we've had swim events every year for a number of years, and it's doesn't need to be a staple or something we see every time. So just kind of keeping the athletes guessing, keeping the athletes, keeping the test evolving, and this year decided not to have a swim event. At Mr. Waffle Walrus, at Dave Castro, do you believe the fittest athletes won this year? It seems Adler has shored up weaknesses in a huge way, and Laura looks better than in years past. Yes, I do believe the fittest athletes won this year, for sure. Both of those athletes have consistently been near the top for a number of years, so yep, I do think so. At Deborah Scott 8775. Why not offer content creators the opportunity to film and cover age group? They could get a lot of benefit and CrossFit gets more coverage. They had the option. They could have. I don't think any of them chose to or were interested in doing that. But there was nothing preventing them from doing that. But I don't think they, I don't know why they didn't, but they could have if they wanted to. At Dakota Miller 8577. How intentionally placed are the workouts that aired on ESPN? Very intentionally placed. Once we started discussing the fact that we were going to be on ESPN and what the actual blocks were and what the actual windows were, we started looking at what should go in those blocks and playing around with the sequence of events and what we were showing, so that what we showed to the world on ESPN, main ESPN, was something visually appealing, intriguing, intuitive, and something that we believe represented CrossFit appropriately. So yeah, we put a lot of thought into that. There's a new feature on the website, the contact affiliate. It's kind of a cool feature. So if you go to the map and you click find a gym, you can find the gym as you normally do on the website, but then there's a button to contact the gym directly. And I've had a few people contact CrossFit Ranch via that feature, and it's a good way to help drive new people to gyms, and to someone comes to our website, and then from there they look to find a gym, they search their area, and as an affiliate owner, if your gym is near them or if they decide to contact you, they have a quick way to do it. In terms of the programming piece, so the guest programmers on main site, really excited about that. A few months ago when I got this programming role with CrossFit, this more formal programming role, kind of formalizing or organizing programming across the company, just so every aspect of our programming is talking and kind of working together. One of the things that I thought about doing was trying to kind of reinvigorate and make the main site unique and do something different. And one idea around that was actually having some guest programmers. So naturally, it was suggested that I should be the first one, and so I decided to do the 2 weeks. And now from here, I think every couple of weeks we'll rotate in someone new from the community, from CrossFit, to contribute to the programming on the main site. There used to be attribution back in the day when Greg and Lauren, when they were doing it, we'd say posted by Lauren. Eventually it ended up saying posted by Pukey, but Leaf for a long time was programming, Tony Budding at one point was programming, Kara's programming more recently, and so actually going back to this idea of letting the world know who's actually programming the main site, in addition to the guests, I think is a cool way of evolving the programming in terms of the attribution, but also going back to evolving it from how we've done it for the past few years, which is actually going back to how we used to do it. So really excited about playing around with the main site programming. I don't know if I'll program again for it. Try to get others involved and try to get others excited about contributing. The workouts that I programmed, I'm pretty excited about. I think they're fun and they're cool. They also, I have some little micro retests, and what I mean by that is retesting within a short window. I feel like we retest workouts in CrossFit with benchmarks, but oftentimes very with long duration in between. So someone might do a benchmark or a workout they're going to retest, and then 3 or 4 months later do it again. there's way more opportunity to retest things on way shorter windows. And the first one we start with, which is today's, the 10 rounds of run 200 and 3 muscle ups, will also be the last one in the 2-week cycle. So in a little 2-week retest, which I actually, when I train, I retest stuff like on a weekly basis sometimes, if just to see little improvement, or just to see how I can improve my score with some efficiency, or with even increase fitness level, or an increased gain in fitness from just staying consistent with the methodology. That's it. Have a few things coming up next few weeks that'll keep me busy, but excited to be kind of getting out of the game season, or out of the games mode, and back into the standard stuff moving forward. All right, post comments, post your thoughts to comments, and I'll address them next week.